welcome. So today we have the debate about the diversity issue on video games, and it is an issue. It was defended very well in multiple games, but one game screwed the pooch really badly, and it could hurt the diversity debate and the cause enormously, specifically within video games. Because of what? I'll tell you why. Dragon Age created a character called Tosh, and she's all for diversity. Every single interaction. And the game didn't sell nearly as much as it needed to cover costs. They had a huge problem with the the appeal of the game, because the extreme right, of course, they bombed the game with negative reviews, stating that it was super woke. It isn't. The game is awesome. The game has a really nice storyline. It's not the best of the storylines of Dragon Age, but it's good. Now, one thing does not ruin the game, but it makes the game a little bit... every interaction that we have with her nauseating, which is Tosh. I'm all for the diversity. I have a lot of gay friends. I defend their cause. Everything like that. But Tosh is nerve-wracking. Whoever wrote that character should be fired immediately. That's not how you write a character, focusing in one issue alone, while being a dragon slayer. She doesn't speak about dragons and the ways to kill them. She has one or two lines about that. The rest, diversity. I'm a they, not a she or a he, and mommy issues. She's a dragon slayer. There should be enough to write about in inserting into the character's persona. Right there. That would be enough. We could have diversity in 2-3 interactions. That's it. That would be enough. Diversity, defended. Okay? That's it. Let's put it back here. And dragons. Big issue. And did they do that? No. She has about 3 or 4 lines about dragons, and the rest is not even treasure hunting or the treasure of the dragons, killing the gods. No, it's me. I'm a they, not a she or a he, and it's nerve-wracking, and this will hurt the industry a lot. The game failed. It flopped horrendously. It was horrendous. Even on the PSN service, it failed. No one downloaded it. And we're talking about Dragon Age, a huge franchise. Let's see what they're going to do with Mass Effect. I hope to God that they don't focus characters on diversity. Enough of that. They live in the future. Diversity shouldn't be an issue anymore. Okay? Diversity should be accepted wide-rangedly. We had diversity defended very well in the first 3 games, and on Andromeda as well. That's it. Everyone should love whoever they want. They live in the future. Diversity should be a thing of the past because it's already integrated in society. It is a part of the society's fabric. Let's not focus on that. Have gay relationships, sure. but don't focus a character. Oh, I'm not a he, I'm a they, or I'm not a she or a they. Every fucking interaction. Okay? Focus on the persona's character that relates to the storyline. Have a couple of interactions about that. That's fine. But they live in the future. Diversity shouldn't be an issue anymore. Or ideally shouldn't be an issue because it's already accepted. Part of the fabric of society. Period. The issue of her being a Kunari and a Riveni, that should have been also one of the focuses. Not sexuality, the choices. Okay, she identifies with a they. Period. Done. Move on to something about Thedas. Okay? Kunari and Riveni, they're not compatible. One is extremely free, one is extremely authoritarian. Let's focus on that, and perhaps we could even relate with whatever is happening on the US. Get the picture? Good. Unfortunately, the video game industry is becoming a battleground between the so-called left that defends diversity, woke, wokeism, as the extreme right call them. It's stupid. I'm a part of the community that defends gay rights and defends the right that they have to exist, to love, to cherish the ones that they love. And not only that, but trans community, you get the picture. I'm all for that. I have a lot of gay friends, and I respect them tremendously. They're exemplary people, hardworking, really close friends to the heart, and I love each and every one of them. I do. And then we have the extreme right, filled with anger, rage, resentment, despair. They're desperate to be heard. They haven't been heard since 1945, almost. They had the first bout with the first Trump turn, and now they are having a field day. Everything that has a beginning has an end. And extreme right will have an end. Trump will have an end. It is inevitable, and it couldn't come soon enough, but that's besides the point. Now, why is it hurting so much the video game industry that certain video games were prohibited and then a lot of projects cancelled? Because they saw the example of Dragon Age. They saw how the game failed. And they're afraid that their games are going to fail because of the extreme right. That's giving way too much credit to the extreme right. Those projects should continue and should be brought forward. There was a game that I was expecting to have the same fate as Dragon Age, which was Assassin's Creed Shadows. But thankfully, that game succeeded while defending diversity. But it defended very wisely. They didn't focus on that that path that Tosh did. The writers of Tosh did. They focused on the core matter of freedom. And how much freedom should there be? And that includes the freedom to make a choice over your sexuality. That's what they did. A master class of writing. Okay, master class. They didn't focus on that issue. They focused on resolving it by having another debate about how much freedom is too much freedom. It turns into anarchy. They did it masterfully, and the game succeeded. It sold enormous quantities, and it paid for itself, and gave huge profit to Ubisoft. And now Ubisoft sold it to a company that has, Ubisoft actually owns that company. Oh, they sold it to the Chinese. They're going to be evil now. Oh, fuck off. Really? They didn't read. They just read that the company was Chinese. In the beginning of the sentence, it says Ubisoft owns 90% of it. So it is Ubisoft with another name, you idiots. You stupid fucks. The extreme right really did not learn with the case of Hitler. Hitler was surrounded by fools, hooligans, and idiots. And Trump is the same shit. The guy from Poland, same shit. Okay? Surrounded by idiots that don't give good advice. They could actually move forward with their plans if they had good advice. They don't. They're surrounded by morons. And Trump is the biggest one. But we'll get to that in a future video because of the tariffs. Which is hurting as I predicted, hurting the industry tremendously. Stores are going to be vacant from video game consoles between now and Christmas. They're gone. No one's going to buy consoles on the US. Why? They're going to be buying it abroad a little bit cheaper. They're going to have to pay for those fucking tariffs for the console to actually reach their house. But the big shopping malls like Target and Walmart, they're not going to be buying PS5s or Xboxes because they come from China. They already have the tariffs on the prices. So a video game console that would be around $400 or some such will be almost 4,000. As I predicted, that moron doesn't understand economics at all, or trade wars for that matter. Tariffs hurt the population of that country. Even Fox News is defending that he wants to steal Greenland. Finally, they said it. Steal Greenland. Because that's what they were going to do. Steal it. But, again, that's besides the point. Donald Trump is a gangster. He thinks he runs a crime empire, which is the USA. And he does, in part. There are a lot of people that don't agree with that. They want America to have a different kind of leadership and embrace the world and lead the world with a kinder touch. And a lot of the video game companies have their headquarters there, but the production facilities are in either Asia or Europe. Surprise, idiots. Again. So, here's the bottom line. Be kinder to people. Apart from this video game discussion, be kinder to people. If you don't like their sexual choices, that's up to you. You have that freedom. Certain countries don't. If you want to remove the freedom that they have to make a choice, you are no better than tyrants. You should be calling yourselves tyrants and be proud of it. Call yourselves tyrants. That's what you are. That's the bottom line. In terms of the video game debate, we're going to see in the near future more games defending diversity. Let's hope a lot better written than Tosh. And I hope to God that Veilguard becomes a cult classic like Anthem is becoming in the very near future. And guarantee that the franchise is not abandoned. Because BioWare already gave a few pointers that Dragon Age is no longer a priority. Because they hired the wrong people to write the characters. I loved the way they wrote certain characters, like the dwarf, like the assassin. Hell, even Navgallus is very well written, but they screwed the pooch with Tosh. Well, the video game industry needs to prepare for this confrontation really well, because there will be a conflagration of ideas. Certain studios are going to defend anti-woke, and others are going to defend diversity in their games. Already, Elon Musk wants to create a new video game studio. That's bullshit, by the way. He has enough trouble to recover Tesla, and he's not going to be able to. So, apart from that, guys, be kinder. Accept the video games as they are. Test out Veilguard. The game is well written, except for Tosh. And it's fun to play. I'll see you all on the next debate, possibly a week from now. And I'm going to really do the next debate in Portuguese. So I'll see you all next week in Portuguese with this debate. Until then, play on.